Hello.
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 This is the part of the podcast where I say thank you for listening, and if you would like to help support, like two people that shall not be named, but actually they'll be named later. Actually, just Kathryn and John help support the show. They are patrons.
Join us.
Join the patron, whatever we are, group, army, movement.
The patron pack.
That's it. The pack. Be a part of it. Join our pack.
How many do you need for a pack?
We got about a pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it might be on the smallish side of a pack, but it's still a pack.
3.
Three's a pack.
It's definitely a pack.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's others out there. We just have to send out the call. So yourself over and go to InterBrews.com/Patreon or Patreon.com/InterBrews, or click that link below if you're listening on the website. And you too can help supply more juicy Houston area craft beer audio for all the ear holes out there. That's weird. All right, let's just get started. That got weird.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Oh yeah, this is where y'all intro. Remember? You say who you are. We should have discussed.
I'm John Holler,
I'm Kathryn Holler.
and you're listening to InterBrews.
I took for granted your comfort level, and I just assume, because I have y'all in my heart and mind every time I do a podcast.
You assumed?
Uh-huh.
Well.
You know what happens then.
Yep.
You know, you're right.
As usual.
I am almost a minute into this show, and I'm having a seat. John called it. I was like, I'm going to stand for this one. He's like, I'm going to get you a chair.
Mm-hmm.
He read it right. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast again.
Thanks for having us back.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thank
And,
you.
God, it's already...
I know, it's crazy.
It's coming quick, right?
It's coming too quick.
Too quick.
The Thanksgiving was way too late. It compressed the Christmas season.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
It was... What was it? It was like November 30th was Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, too late. They should
Too late.
maybe do something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Should
Yeah.
be more than a month.
Change
They
it
need
up.
to... Yeah, they that was... They've gone too far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Culture wars.
Yep.
That's what we're dealing
We're
with.
losing.
We are losing.
Christmas is being compressed.
War on Christmas.
Yep. Next year, Christmas is going to be a couple days earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving will be a
yeah.
couple days later.
Just keep getting later.
Yep.
Yep.
Halloween will be a week long.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I don't know.
Well, we got a pack.
We can
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the word out. You guys got big plans for Christmas. Let's get the personal stuff out on the table. What are y'all doing for y'all are going out
We
and
are
about?
leaving Texas for a few days. We're going to Florida. That's where both of our families still reside. So, going to go see the fam, bringing the baby. It's our daughter's first Christmas.
Flying
so
or driving?
Getting on a plane with
Flying.
an 11-month-old.
Been there.
How'd it go?
Mixed results.
Yep.
Depends on.
Oh, it was that's good.
Yeah.
At least it was mixed.
Yeah, it's
So you're telling us there's hope.
yes. If you get it's a lot of luck, timing, feeding schedule, and stuff that's already.
I think our flight leaves at 5:45 a.m.
yeah, we're using points and we're being cheap about it. So
Okay.
we're taking like the worst possible.
Is
flight.
she?
Well, we're getting there early.
We are
We'll have
getting
a
there
full
nice and early.
day,
That's true.
You
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you'll be exhausted, but it's fine.
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, that's the great thing about family is that we can just pass the baby off and take a nap.
That's what they're hoping on. They suggested y'all leave early anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're leaving at 5:45, but you're not going to get there till with that hour.
Yeah, that's right.
like
noon 30.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's like 8 in the morning.
Well, it's
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Still, but coming back, are y'all leaving early?
No, we're leaving at a more decent time. on
But you'll
Saturday.
get back
You
before
get
you
your
even
hour
left.
back. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm. It's true.
That's
It's a
how
time machine.
That's how time zones work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that's a Christmas gift
Mhm.
from the Eastern time zone to you.
We're actually shortening our Christmas season by an hour,
We are.
and we don't get it back until after Christmas.
Yeah.
As if Christmas wasn't short enough for us already.
Culture wars, war on Christmas.
God, fell for that one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Daylight savings time is. See, it's all these things that we don't even. They're playing like 7-dimension chess.
Yep.
Those guys, whoever they are, we don't even know who they
We're
are.
the pawns.
Mm-hmm.
Not even getting to move that extra space either. Just one space at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah.
this beer is delicious from sip 1 to all the sips. Just saying.
Thank you.
It hit. So we went yesterday.
We made a good one.
You did. You went.
Yep.
But last night, weather-wise, we went from bright, sunny, like muggy. I need something light, crisp.
I know.
And then you wake up this morning, it's like, oh, I need malty.
Yeah, it's rainy. It's. I wish our ESB were on tap. I always wish our ESB were on tap.
Mm-hmm.
But that milk stout is a perfect antidote for this weather.
It really is. It's good. It's
Glad
really
you
good.
like it.
It's. Milk. I guess milk stouts are supposed to make you think, oh, that's a little sweet. It's not sweet, but it's got kind of that. It's the milk stout. It's like perfectly. Just you nailed it.
Yeah, we try to. In general, we try to keep sweetness restrained, even in a style that's supposed to be sweet. So a milk stout is supposed to be sweet. It, as you know, is a milk stout because it has milk sugar in it that imparts the sweetness. But and we do add milk sugar, but probably less than what the typical recipe would call for.
Well, you nailed it with between that. And just like the body of the beer and everything. It's sweet, like right. I wish I could point to the inside of my mouth, but it's an audio, like up top here somewhere, like right here.
That's right where we're going for, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that top right middle.
I liken the sweetness to that of a sweetened espresso.
Mm.
So it's not too sweet. It's got that roasty bitterness to back it up.
Yeah, we're very proud of it. It was that was one of the first when we opened over 3 years ago. We opened with 6 beers on, which at the time was people thought was crazy. How could a brewery have 6 beers?
Yeah.
It was a different time. But Milk Stout was one of those. So Hallelujah Milk Stout. And it's it's a classic. We love it. And, and I'm glad the weather is like this today.
Yeah, it's a good one. This would be a great one actually to leave for Santa.
Mm-hmm.
That is my record. This is the perfect beer to leave for Santa.
Is that what you do in your family? You leave a beer for Santa?
Yeah. He doesn't like milk, except for in the morning on some cereal days when he doesn't feel like cooking.
So you've gone through and edited all the Christmas books and stories to corroborate the Santa.
Actually, most of the time it's been just a thumb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Strategically placed thumb. And then, because you don't have to worry about it for the first few years.
Yeah, they don't know.
Can't read.
Yeah.
But the picture has to be there. Hey, Daddy, what's that glass of milk? How come we don't?
That's a white beer.
Yeah, it's a white stout.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Just extra head. He poured it too quick. Whoever poured it.
Oh, yeah, one of those. A schnit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full cup of foam.
Or the Milko pour.
Milko, yeah.
Oh, I don't know that I've heard that before.
Either the schnit is the German.
Yeah.
For it. Milko is the Czech.
Mm.
When I was at in beer school in Germany, they were saying that this German lady was talking about the different foam pours. They have same thing as they do in Czech, where you have these different levels of foam, and the schnit is the glass is full of foam. And she said, "Yeah, that's if you're driving home and you feel like you've had too much, but you still want one more, get a schnit."
Okay. I like that. I love that. Actually, that's
so.
Okay.
I don't know if they don't mention that in the TABC training,
right.
server training, that if someone's had too much, you should just give them a schnit.
Yeah.
But I'm just relaying what I heard.
No, it seems
culture.
Yeah. No, that seems solid.
Yeah.
I think those Germans and Czechs know what they're doing.
They're still around.
Doing beer stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Documentary that came out this year. I don't know when it actually dropped, but it's now on Amazon Prime about the beer Jesus of German or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's Stone.
Stone, yeah.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Yeah,
That's on Amazon
it.
Prime?
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So far,
Gripping?
it's like, well, spoiler alert, we know what happens.
Right.
So
he's not
I guess
he's more like Jerry Christ. The unspoken brother, half brother or whatever. I guess it would be half brother.
Well, I mean, in some ways he's better. Things turned out better for him than the real Jesus. I mean, depends, but
Yeah, I suppose.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, earthly speaking.
Earthly speaking.
Yes,
yeah.
just if you're just going to go from, but we still don't know what's left to happen to.
True.
It's Greg,
Beer
right?
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Greg Cook, Cott.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Is it Koch? Cook?
He
Cook?
got the big. What did he do? Like he got a bulldozer and like bulldozed the German beer culture or something.
He tried to.
Or he lifted a huge stone with a bulldozer.
Oh, I haven't read that part yet.
Yeah.
When it starts out, he's in Germany. He's in. It's close to Berlin. It's like South Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that's doing the documentary, he's done another beer documentary. I don't remember the name of it. But he's like, yeah, I just showed up one day, and he was like, cool. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Okay, so
maybe
that's
they're
how
just
far.
We'll have to watch.
But it's like south of Berlin. He's like, that's further. That's further out from every true Berliner stays in the middle, like in downtown, right in the heart of Berlin. I'm
Risky.
like, yeah. And so maybe it was just from the jump. He didn't know his audience.
This is so. Everybody jumped on this after, what happened. So everyone listening knows what happened. That Stone had to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Basically had to. They failed.
Yeah.
But no one and everybody talked about how obvious it was that Stone would fail. Only after Stone failed. Mm-hmm. Everyone talked about all of the hubris and the lessons that we can all learn from this. But no one's. But the way you read all the the way you read all the press afterward is that it was that we all saw it coming, or we should have seen it coming, but nobody saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
When they were opening in Germany, it was when they announced they were building this thing. It was celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
It was no one was out there. At least I didn't see anyone calling it that this would happen.
Well, not publicly, at least.
Yeah, I mean none of our trusted reporters were calling into question whether this would work. It was actually
where were the journalists?
Where were the journalists?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Fake news. No, not fake news. Just ill-informed. We're all guilty of the same thing. Just knowing what happened, it's like you kind of see. Oh, he underestimated probably a lot of things. I don't know. I'll have to get further. I can't judge an entire hour and a half or however long.
It's a very conservative drinking culture, and in Germany. And when I was there, we were at the Domens Academy, which is a school there outside of Munich, and it was a lot of the hipsters were there trying to learn how to. We're learning the trade, and we're kind of the new generation of brewers, and they were excited about brewing pale ales, which was a way to stick it to the man there, because like they were never allowed to brew. They would never be allowed to brew or drink pale ales. Mm-hmm. But that was extreme. I mean, that was like the culture is so conservative that if you can taste the hops in the beer, you mess something up. Mm-hmm. The hops are there just for balance and bitterness. And shouldn't be any hop flavor, hop aroma, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the documentary. It is a very interesting story. Yeah. Very ambitious project.
I wonder what would be would it take somebody, if an American could go over there and like stake a claim to part of that, like get in there, like get a foot in the door, would you have to go in like Pilsner's Blade, like slightly hoppy and just ease people in and say?
I think you could, but just maybe not to the scale that Stone was trying.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine there are some bottle shops, like we've been in bottle shops over there that sell American beers, and people like them and they drink them, but
it's kind of like an underground thing.
Yeah, and I think that's more. I mean, what do I know? But I think that's just a more realistic approach, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think it'll happen. It's just going to be more organic than
forced.
Someone going over there and
generational kind of
that.
approach. It's like I'm investing the next 30, 40 years into making this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be because I think he went in there wanting to be what he is over here, which is he was a craft beer rock star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the guys. He was like on the Mount. I don't know if it's still the Mount Rushmore of craft beer. I don't know if you could do that now, but as far as like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But if you think of how he got to where he is, timing was a huge part of it, right?
Yeah.
And so it's that timing was a huge part of it, and you can't recreate that.
Mm-mm.
You can't. I hate to say it, but you got pretty lucky once.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as though he had grand designs to build the stone that you see now from day one.
Right.
It's not as though he built that in Escondido or wherever. It is not as though he built that from day one.
Yeah, I think their whole thing was
organic.
And we're going to do what we do, and if 3 people drink, it was kind of that approach. He's like, we make aggressive beers. I remember from Beer Wars when he had.
They went where the market took them, right? I mean, they kind of they did things the way they wanted to, and they make great beer, but there was a lot of there's a lot of dialogue with the market and getting to where they got to. They didn't design the whole thing and then execute it. It was a lot more iterative than that. It was a lot more messy than that. That's reality. And here you have going in this other project is, we're going to start from zero, and we're going to draw up we're going to go into this place. We're going to draw up our plans. We're going to design it, and we're going to execute it, and we're going to basically recreate something that was created organically, but we're going to do a designed version of it.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to do that, especially when the first time you did it, you had timing on your side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have made it so far.
He probably should have taken the Garth Brooks, Chris Gaines approach. You know what I'm saying? You know how well that went.
Yeah. That's we all try to emulate that success.
He should have gone in under a different moniker, different name, not tell him who, and to really express his art, just like Chris Gaines did.
We were all. I felt like when we saw Chris Gaines, I still remember. I'm sure you guys do. Remember where you were when you first saw Chris Gaines.
That little soul patch and everything.
I felt like, God, I can't believe I've been listening to this Garth Brooks guy.
Yeah.
And the whole time, you got the real talent, raw talent right here. Like, I felt like Garth Brooks was a lie, and Chris Gaines was the truth.
Yeah.
And I still feel that in my bones.
Yeah. All of them, or just select? Like an ulna or something. Collar.
Yeah, femur.
Something. That's a big one.
Some of them.
It's a big bone. It's your biggest bone.
Is it?
If you're still feeling your femur is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't taken that on as a political slogan.
I feel it in my femur.
No.
Chris Gaines is the truth.
Garth Brooks is a lie.
That's
a bumper sticker.
Yeah. Maybe Chris
That's
Gaines.
actually 2 beers. Garth Brooks is a lie.
Oh.
Chris Gaines is the truth.
Oh, dude.
It's a series.
Yes. What other artists have done that? Any others had alter egos?
Beyonce has Sasha Fierce.
Oh yeah. Didn't Tupac have what was that? He put out an album under what's the guy that
you got David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust.
There's that.
Yeah. Mariah Carey, Mimi.
Really?
That's what my girls call my mom, their grandmother, Mimi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot. Mariah Carey old enough to be a grandmother now? I don't know how old she is now.
Yeah,
she's
50.
I
bet she is.
I mean,
50?
who's to say?
I don't know. Yeah, depend. Yeah, right. I
Yeah,
guess
I mean,
so.
you could be
theoretically.
really. It's 20.
I mean, depending on your time in
I'm not
history,
gonna-
you could be 30
Yeah.
He could.
Easily.
theoretically.
Yeah.
Uncomfortably, but
We could look up in the Guinness Book of World Records. I bet you could find it. Do they still make those?
The youngest grandmother?
The youngest
Yeah.
grandmother.
Yeah.
Probably pretty. There's. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might not
Probably
be.
not appropriate.
Yeah, it's probably not
how you
something
get that.
I'd imagine like 30
worth.
is 30 is about as 30 is about as young as you could get and still be, depending on your time. If you lived like in the 1850s,
Right.
yeah, probably, maybe. I know my great
Like this is
grandmother
a dangerous conversation.
My great grandmother was married at 13, had her first kid at 14.
Wow.
Oh.
That was in. She was. Let's see. My great aunt, Nell. She was born in 1918.
This is in Arkansas.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that would have been Arkansas.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Marion.
So she was married before she had her first child.
Yes. Yes.
How soon before?
About 9 months,
Mm.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
That's what the record says.
That's what the, if you go on Ancestry.com, that's what the hard to read, handwriting says, I think. And then they had like 16 more.
Ooh,
Man.
some help for the farm, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Mhm.
it. That's all it. This is where we go from here.
Yep.
We went from taking over Germany to family farms in the turn of the century. Speaking of turn of the century, recommend a show called The Sun, AMC show with Pierce Brosnan.
Ah.
He's Eli McCullough, South Texas oil baron, and how he came to power. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Add that to the list.
Yeah.
The Sun.
The Sun. Hulu if you're streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have access to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're 3 episodes in so far.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty good. Yeah.
All
and
right.
Pierce Brosnan, still dreamy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Older
Total stud.
dude, dreamy, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
he's 62-ish.
We show, we like to show Mars Attacks in the tap room on occasion. That's
Mhm.
good. Pierce
Mhm.
Brosnan's in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then all the Bond movies.
The Thomas Crown Affair.
That
Oh, yeah.
one's-
Yeah.
Sounds real steamy.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
great in
that's
that
right.
movie.
Yeah.
Is he really Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays Sally Field's new boyfriend.
the other man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he in any Christmas movies? I feel like we should say if we're going to go movies, I want to talk movies real quick.
I'm sure he is, but we're
I
not.
can't think of any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Well,
Have
I
you
know
watched any?
John does.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. That's
you-
a Holler family tradition that I married into.
Yeah. It's like we must watch Christmas Vacation on Christmas Eve
Mm-hmm.
without fail.
Typically, that's when we have watched it, but we ended up watching it 2 nights ago.
Mm.
Oh.
Try to get into the spirit.
God, they've compressed this Christmas season.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many movies now.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta
We've
watch them
watched
all.
a bunch. We've already done Home Alone. We always start out with Elf because you can watch that multiple times.
Mm.
Um,
I really enjoy Nightmare Before Christmas, which is kind of a
it's a little tweener.
alternative
Mhm. Palate
Christmas
cleanser.
movie.
Bad Santa, another palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Love
Bad Santa's great.
Bad Santa.
Mhm.
I've already watched it. I'll probably watch it again. I
Watch
love
the unrated extra bad version or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
It's
I have not seen that.
great. It's great. I love that movie. There's that actually is the second one not as good. They should have they tried to go to that well again, and that
Well,
well had,
as they do.
yeah, it was
Yep.
a little sludgy.
Probably filled with money though.
Yes, that's what made it sludgy.
Yeah.
You soak those dollars, and
Mhm.
they're still
Mhm.
worth dollars though. But
Got to ring them out.
Yeah, but the first one is great. The story of the first one, it's a really good story. You know, this guy who's just a horrible waste of human.
Yeah, it's a
their
redeeming.
potential.
He gets redeemed.
Yeah, he does. So
Gotta
mostly.
go watch it.
Yeah.
I'll add that to my list.
Yeah.
What else have we watched this season? We watched Home Alone.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
John Hughes, man,
the new one,
hit machine.
the one from last year on Netflix with Kurt Russell.
The new Home Alone.
No,
Oh, a
the
new Christmas movie.
Yeah. Santa Chronicles or something like that.
Any good?
Yeah, it's worth watching.
Mm.
You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, especially when you for kids. I
Okay,
mean,
Yeah.
so I hear you. It's not good.
it's all right.
It's terrible.
Well, yeah.
We Jingle All the Way.
yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Sinbad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Peak Sinbad. Like
Yeah.
right after that
Well,
second special.
Sinbad is peak Sinbad,
I'm
right?
just saying. After that second special, when everybody knew it,
Yeah,
it was in the zeitgeist. Those pants that he had.
that was a short. That was a.
Yeah.
Oh, Love Actually. That's one.
Yes. We
I
haven't
like
watched
that
that
one.
one yet, but that's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I'll make you
Just
watch
trying
it.
to get out of
I
it.
Yep.
I tried to dodge it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I need to see it again.
It's what if once you see it once, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a guilty for me. It's like a.
All right.
I hate to admit it, but I enjoy it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's got Qui-Gon in it, or Taken, whatever you want to call him.
Oh yeah.
Liam.
Oh, you're one of the Star Wars people.
Not really. Although I've been watching The Mandalorian. Have you
Oh
been
yeah.
watching that?
No,
Mm.
Do you like Star Wars at all?
I'm in that camp of people who saw the Star Wars movies once,
Yeah.
and I'm good.
The originals just once.
Saw the originals. Saw the.
The
I made the
sequels.
mistake of watching one of the Disney ones.
Those are bad.
Fun fact
Yeah.
about the Hollers.
Oh yeah,
Our first date was actually to episode 1.
Really? In theaters?
In
Yep,
theaters.
In theaters.
Oh, what year was that? 2002?
No, it was like 99 or 2000.
Was it that early?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. That was okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that. That one's not good.
Oh
You
man,
know what-
those were so bad.
Rogue One's really good though.
No, that's the Disney. No wait,
That's-
what was the Disney one that was
There's 3. Well, they're coming
the
out with
first
third
one that came out?
There's the Force Awakens.
Yeah,
and
the Force Awakens. It's
uh,
J.J. Abrams, right?
Yeah, that one's bad. Rogue One is a tweener between episode 3 and 4. It like the end of that movie is right when 4 starts, and it's really good because there's no characters involved with any of the main. It's like
Oh, it's a totally standalone,
it's
separate
Yeah,
thing.
it's how they got. They tell a story about the plans for the Death Star. How and they just throw away line of how whatever the people are died to get this. It's that story, and it's good.
And once Disney gets their hands on something,
Yeah.
I just have no interest in playing along.
Okay.
He's a hater.
I'm a
Yeah,
hater.
That one's good though. If you enjoyed the original, it's because it's tragic.
But it's not the same. You
It's not
know?
supposed to be the same. It's a totally different story. That's how come it's good because it doesn't have to tie in directly. It's kind of like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll put it on the list.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Really far down on the list.
Oh yeah, it'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
No, okay, so it's
It's the best one of outside. It may be even better than the original trilogy, but you couldn't do it without the original trilogy.
right.
The original trilogy is not that good.
No, it's not.
If you go back and everybody has it like because they watched it when they were a
Yeah,
kid.
they
It's
got the
like,
nostalgia.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
the toys and all that. They're not that good.
Yeah.
But this one is good.
Okay.
You know,
Noted.
but you have to watch the other 3 to get it. But if you whatever,
So you watch The Mandalorian is like a show, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
Is
Star
that
Wars
the
show.
Baby Yoda thing that everybody's
Yeah.
going crazy for on the
Mhm.
internet.
Yes. Yeah.
I have seen that. I've seen the memes.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's post episode 6. So after they blow up the second Death Star, before the third Death Star, whatever the new ones have. Yeah. So it's right after the fall of the Empire, and so it's like this post apocalyptic, like everybody's trying to figure out
So
all that stuff.
does that center around Baby Yoda?
I don't think they meant it to,
Mm.
but then I think they've already done that. They spent like something like $15 million per episode or something
Oof.
like that. It's a ginormous undertaking.
Yeah.
Like the graphics and stuff, the CG, it's amazing just to watch it for that. But the story itself it's the thing that throws me off. The guy has a mask on, so you can't he talks, but you can't. It could be anybody.
Yeah, I heard that.
So,
Hmm.
and then Baby Yoda doesn't say anything. So
It's somebody famous, right? Who's the guy?
it could be anybody.
Yeah, okay.
It could be Trump under there.
I thought it was like yeah.
That would be hilarious. I think we'd know it. His small hands and his mannerisms and everything. His power tie.
Boy. That'd be something.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just don't reveal it till the very last episode. Hilarious.
Tough to keep under wraps.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's what you've been doing, watching all this stuff.
I watch a lot.
Yeah.
The screen time deal on your phone.
Oh God. Yeah.
My per day, my screen is on. It's like how do you have that many hours on? There's not that many hours in a day. It's like 9 hours a day. My
Dang.
screen is on.
Oof.
Most of it's just YouTube, like playing on, listening to stuff on
Mhm.
YouTube because you can lock it down and
Mhm.
be silent when you need to. That's how I do podcasts most of the time.
Mm.
So it's not like direct, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Yeah.
9 hours.
Dang.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a lot in. Your wife's getting her steps in, and you're getting your screen time
I'm
in.
a power sitter and a power watcher.
Yeah.
That's what they call that. But enough about me. Have y'all watched any shows lately that you would recommend anybody? Y'all probably don't have a lot of time.
Well, the one thing we have been watching is the Dana Carvey show.
Yeah, we never saw the Dana Carvey show when it came out back,
Yeah.
and it ran for like less than a season, I guess, in
Yeah.
in
What's
like
it on?
'96.
It used to be on ABC.
Was it like an interview show or a sketch comedy?
It was
It's
sketch
sketch
comedy.
comedy.
It was like a spin-off of SNL, basically.
But so we're not very good show people. Like we fall off of shows very easily.
It's good though.
Like we watch Game of Thrones, we watch Breaking Bad,
Did y'all finish both
Those
of
are really, I think, the only
Mhm.
2 shows that we've watched together that we've finished.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad worth. Game of Thrones, I don't think was worth finishing.
Yeah,
That's an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
But culturally, we had to finish it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you have to. But
That show would be so, man, the legacy of that show has been ruined by that last two seasons, especially the last one.
oh, and Barry, that's another show that we
that was
that we've
good.
kept
They're good.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we like
yeah,
it.
it's great.
Okay.
But I think
There's only 2 seasons though.
yeah, that's true. We just
Curb Your Enthusiasm, we've seen all the way
that's
through.
that's another
Yeah.
good one.
And that's 8 seasons. something like that.
Seinfeld, but that's
Yep.
back in the day.
Yeah. I
But
still watch those.
yeah, we're pretty harsh.
If
Critics.
it's not, it just takes a couple episodes, especially like if it's a new season of a show,
Mm-hmm.
because most of these shows will turn at some point. They'll just turn rotten,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of you can sense it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get that smell of the rot,
Mm-hmm.
it's like let's not
Yeah.
fall for this. We fell for it with Game of Thrones. We got you
Yeah.
had to.
There's just too much stuff out there.
Yeah, there's just too much. It's like I'm not gonna sit here and watch this.
Well, plus usually the only time we watch TV like together is usually after dinner and we're tired. So
We have like 30 minutes, maybe an
Yeah.
hour
Before the crash.
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the crash.
So it's unless it's really worth watching,
Yeah.
we just give up pretty easily.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that most shows, we haven't watched it all. We've tried several shows, have gotten just a couple
Mhm.
episodes in and said, no, this isn't gonna work. But the Dana Carvey show was like, oh, this is interesting, and so it is. It's like stuck in time, but also ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of like very famous actors in there, like Steve Carell's on there,
Mhm.
Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, Louis C.K. was
Louis
I think like the
C.K.
head
was a
writer.
writer.
And then you
So-
have a lot of those old SNL folks that go through there.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but it's less than 30 minutes because it was a 30-minute episode with commercials in it, so
Yeah,
we
it's
can
like
just watch
22 minutes.
And yeah, I think they had 8 episodes, but they didn't even all make it on the air. It basically got canceled before the end of the
Mhm.
season.
So it's
Probably because Disney bought ABC around that time.
Yeah.
And whenever Disney gets their hands on something, they
Yeah.
ruin it. So
it's they have a formula.
yeah,
But there's just too much out there now. Like, I was looking at a stat the other day. There's 700,000 podcasts out there,
Yeah.
or something like that. I
believe
mean,
it.
only one InterBrews though.
that's true. 223 episodes plus some bonus stuff and out and about. But it's that's the thing. Most of them don't get past 10 episodes. Something like
Yeah.
85%
Mhm.
don't get past 10 episodes.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's been a bunch that around not a bunch, but a handful that have popped up in Houston,
Mhm.
beer related podcasts, and I'm like, a competition or whatever. It's like,
It's hard to keep it up.
Yeah.
I would imagine you have to work pretty hard to keep it up.
that
And
is
I think people underestimate that.
my strategy is just to pummel people into submission with enough content.
Yeah, that's probably a
that they
good
can't-
strategy.
Yeah, they'll just stack up at their door and just. I don't know. I don't know if that works.
It's done
with
well so far.
Yeah.
It's working for you.
It is. Well, yeah,
Is it?
yeah. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
How many more episodes you got?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not close yet.
cool.
Yeah,
You've been making the rounds to some of these new breweries.
trying to.
Cool.
It's you have to kind of. Well, I mean, you guys know this. How long after y'all were open did we do our first episode? It was 6 months, 3 months. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I have to go
Yeah.
check the record.
Yeah, sometimes you get
But yeah, it wasn't on day one.
no,
You know?
and which is next to impossible.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have been to a grand opening for a show recording, and that's happened one time.
Yep.
And
Lesson learned.
yeah. Well, it was fine for me, but for them, I think they were.
Yeah, they're
Probably.
probably stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I can't imagine.
But it I don't know. It's yes, I finally got to True Anomaly.
Oh, nice.
That was fun.
Mhm.
There's been a couple others that have opened. Who else? New Magnolia just opened,
Mhm.
Yeah, we just went there
on
over
Saturday.
the weekend.
Mhm.
and
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Their build out's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And we can walk there from where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
huge.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful build out with a big old patio parking lot set up.
Mhm.
beer was good, and nice folks. It's great. Kathryn and I were saying, this is how I think what you want. This is what every neighborhood wants, right? A brewery like that.
Yeah.
And we have one in our that's in our neighborhood now. So
Yep.
Yeah.
it's great.
Just don't keep going there and like don't show up here. It's like
Forget about
I don't know what happened, but they just
Yeah.
the
No.
doors are never open. And
yeah.
Don't worry. We've got plenty of things to do around here.
Oh yeah.
Keep us going.
Yeah.
Oh well, do you want to talk about any of that? 2020. We're on the cusp of 2020.
Yeah, it's
Can
crazy.
you clearly see what 2020 has to offer? That's my one.
Oh, nice.
I think we're
What's our vision for 2020?
Mm-hmm.
What's our
we're
2020
figuring
vision?
that out.
Yeah, the 2020 vision.
We are, I think we've always, since we opened, our focus has been on quality and quality over quantity, and that's going to continue.
Mhm.
So we don't have any plans to, double or triple or anything like that. We have, what's always exciting us is new beer styles and refining existing beer styles, and we've really we love these Kveik yeasts, these Norwegian yeasts that we've been playing around with. So and always making new lagers. Those are probably the two things I'm most excited about.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Too, the area around us is really picking up. It's really starting to develop. We started opening Mondays and Tuesdays because we've noticed an increase in foot traffic in the area. So that's been exciting. We're kind of...
Do I use one of those like wildlife cams? Like on
We
strapped to a
should.
tree out
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, we should. Then we'd
Think
really
that'd
be
be
able
a lot.
to
Yeah.
see what's going on. I think, this past year for us, just on a personal level, we had a lot of changes. We had the birth of our first child. So we had to kind of figure that out a little bit. And now that
That's
we've
taking a little bit of time.
yeah.
We got it though. Right?
You know what the trick there is? As soon as you have something figured out, the whole game changes.
Yeah.
It's like the great Roddy Piper used to say, just when you think you've got the answers, I change the questions.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. But I think that was definitely a factor into what went on this year. And now that we've sorted that a bit, we can move forward and keep getting better, hopefully. And yeah.
Really just doing more of the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big
Honestly.
answer, but
Yeah.
Okay. Lagers. I've been digging on lagers a lot. How can you not?
yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I harp on weather a lot here because I'm almost old, I guess. In my soul, I'm an old soul, I guess, so I like to talk about the weather a lot. But I think Houston weather kind of dictates that you must love lagers. It's like ingrained.
Yeah, it does, and it's even when it's cold outside.
Mhm.
I love lagers all time of the year, and I think a lot of people do, and yeah, especially in the summer. But yeah, it was one of those things where I know a lot of the beer writers and brewers were all just hoping and predicting that lagers were going to be the next big thing. I don't know if they're the next big thing, but we definitely see a lot more interest in them now than we did when we opened, which is great because we opened with the dollar pills y'all, which people loved, which we're happy about, and we still carry, but now we've got that and Check My Phone, which is a Czech style pills. So we have a German style and a Czech style pills on pretty much all the time, and they're just great. We just love I just love everything about those beers. And if we only had 2 beers on, those would be the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think with the culture of craft beer, Texas, whatever, just the whole beer kind of, do you think there'll ever be another next big thing, or will it be always be a group of like medium things? You know what I'm saying?
That's so hard to. There's no way to know, right? I don't know.
I mean, something that even something that's big, like the scale of big now versus what it used to be big. You know what I'm saying? Like album sales, right? You can have like a big single. Albums don't sell anymore. Used to be like million, so the scale has changed on what's a successful.
Yeah.
But, it's like the hazies are a thing, but I don't, when you really dig in to see who's really drinking hazy.
Hazies are a big thing.
No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
they're not a big
Yeah.
thing, but they're not everything.
They're pretty close.
Are they?
I mean, or they
Is
were.
it-
I think
I think we're starting to see
We're starting to maybe see the end of it, or
Yeah.
starting to see
a shift.
at least it's demand is maybe tapering off for them, or the growth of demand is slowing. But damn, for a good at least a year, maybe 2 years, and we still have people that come in and ask, "What do you have that's hazy?" Right? And so I think it's people. I think if you ask us, if you ask brewers or people that work in a brewery, they'll tell you, or in a bar, hazy IPAs are still big sellers.
So that's volume of sales or percentage of sales, not just the vocal. It seems like
That's
the
right.
hazy people are super vocal.
No,
as
it's
well.
not just that.
Okay.
There are a lot of there's a lot of people that aren't vocal that still will go out and drink hazies. And
Well, I think there's also quite a few people who have a hazy, and it's unlike any beer they've had before. So it's then they become like a hazy person because they realize all of a sudden that beer can be fruity, it can be juicy. It's not the typical, crisp, bitter lager or something. So
yeah, exactly. It's a haze phase.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, for me, where I'm at with the hazies is I'll drink them, but I'm not gonna drink that many of them. And my biggest, I think a great hazy IPA is basically can almost, these hazy IPAs, even the drier ones, which ours are on the dry side, they're just harder to pair with food than a clean IPA. And I think that these hazies can be like a meal of themselves. And so if you want to have a session of drinking, or if you want to have a beer with your meal, to me, hazy isn't the first style that comes to mind.
Standalone beers.
Yeah, they're standalone beers. And some, they're standalone. Same with a lot of these fruity sours, right? They're standalone beers. They're not. They don't pair with foods at all.
Yeah. What do you pair with?
Except we did. Kathryn did a
I
great.
don't know if I agree with everything that you're saying.
Yeah, I guess you completely disagree.
I bet you there's a cheese that. Well, because I think.
I think like with a fruity, juicy IPA, like you can pair that with a creamy cheese, and it would really kind of mimic
That's
like
true.
a marmalade or a jam that you would get, and similar to a sour.
Ooh, it'd be like. Sorry to.
Yeah, that's
Please
right.
go. I want you to continue on, but I want to have a thought of like when you have the cream cheese and you put the pepper jelly on top.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, that's
That
gone in
thing.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody considered putting like jalapeno in a fruity hazy?
I mean,
Gus, I'm sure someone has.
yeah.
Okay, let me backtrack on what I said. They don't go well with pizza. Right? So you have to. It's an exercise on pairing. Whereas a West Coast IPA or a lager, you don't have to pair it with food. It just goes well. I can
They're
have a pizza.
more versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think you can do thoughtful pairings.
You have to be a certified Cicerone like Kathryn to do a pairing.
No, I see it, but it's not like I guess you could like they do that in Germany. They'll have like cheese and the beer and some bread for a meal for like lunch or something. You
Yeah.
could do that theoretically.
That's an awesome meal.
Yeah. That might do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? There are no rules with pairings. I mean, you
That's
can
true.
eat and drink what you want to eat.
Do
and
whatever you
drink.
want. It's a free country.
Yeah.
But like a fruited sour or something, wouldn't it like maybe like a You think of like a salad, like a spinach salad or something with that kind of has that
Yeah,
kind of
maybe some
dressing
like,
on it.
or like dried cranberries in the salad.
Yeah, pecans,
Mhm.
maybe toasted pecans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or some desserts.
Maybe a
I think
little
you could
blue-
pair with.
Blue cheese, you typically think
Fruited
like
sours.
some, or maybe like goat cheese or something like. You know what I'm saying? Big into goat cheese.
This
Oh, yeah.
conversation's making me hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I think. Maybe. It's
You
worth
can
a try.
definitely pair a lot of stuff with those beers. I
Yeah,
was wrong.
John is wrong.
Okay.
But
Let the record state.
the ultimate.
There. Okay. Fine. One time. Fine.
But it was caught on podcast, so it'll never go away, forever and ever.
Well, John.
Well, at
is,
least it's this podcast.
John is
not-
also not a certified Cicerone, so
clearly.
It shows.
Yeah.
It shows. I mean,
I'm not. I am a beer server though.
me too.
Certified beer server.
Mhm. Took that test online.
Mm-hmm.
Got that pin.
Just don't go out saying you're a certified Cicerone beer server like some charlatans do.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's not the
It's not
preferred
correct.
nomenclature.
It's just a server.
Yeah.
You got that pin.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
wanted to take that test.
it's a
but
good test.
Yeah. There's one in March.
You should take it.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
You should.
I should. It might add some clout to my LinkedIn or something.
Yeah.
People
Put it on your email signature.
something. Yeah.
If
First, get an
anything,
email signature.
I think
Mhm.
it is a good experience.
No, that's
Even
it.
if you don't
Absolutely would.
pass.
I don't know. You'd have to study, and
You do have to study.
I'm not taking it. That's the thing. Is like I don't want to sign up, take it lightly, and then be like, I'm out of what is it, $60 or $100 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's more than that. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. So I think I could just in a vacuum I could do it, but given life, I'm
Right.
making excuses.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. There's a lot of shows to watch.
Yes, I can't do 9 hours a day on
Yeah,
my phone
yeah.
and study
Yeah.
for Cicerone.
Something's got to give there.
Yeah, I'd have to give
Sorry,
something up.
Cicerone.
I haven't seen like the last 2 seasons of Alf in like
Oh,
5 years.
man.
You gotta-
Jeez, why are you even here right
I know,
now?
right? So you say
I feel
how
guilty.
many episodes of this podcast? I don't know. How much more TV can they
Yeah.
put on the internet for me to
True.
stream? All of it.
Well, we have with our employees, we do this, speaking of Cicerone, we do a program called the Holler Ballers.
Mm.
And it's like our in-house version of Cicerone.
Oh,
So we don't charge them to
Yeah.
take the exam. We actually will give it to them for free.
is it part?
And if they pass, we actually help out financially if they choose to pursue Cicerone
It's
certification.
like a litmus
Mhm.
test to
Kinda.
see if they could hang.
Are you a baller?
Yeah.
And it's that's
How many
passing
questions?
rate is below 50%,
Really?
and these are knowledgeable people.
Do you have to be an employee?
Yeah, you have to be an
Yes.
employee. So
How many openings?
how
long do you have to be
Who's
in?
asking?
I'm just.
But we're
wanna take that
gonna
test.
brew and then we're actually brewing a beer. The Holler Ballers have designed a beer that we're gonna brew together
That's cool.
next week.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
excited about it. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
That was a good. Did you see the Papa John's thing?
I didn't listen to it. I saw.
Oh, man.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
I didn't click on it. I saw some of
Oh,
the captions
yeah,
and I
that's
saw
good.
some of his body language and
Yeah.
stuff. But it's one of those things I'll go back to.
Yeah.
What were
That's worth.
It's like
Worth your
I
time.
know pizza. I've had 40 pizzas in the last 30 days.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
The day of reckoning is coming.
yeah. Is
Yeah.
that what he said?
Yeah.
For the all
Stay tuned.
for those who have wrong.
Clearly,
Stay
John
tuned.
has watched it a lot.
I've watched it a lot. It's my favorite.
So just to get
and
people
the video that's out there, the good one that you'll probably see, it's been slowed down and stuff, so it, like the voice sounds better and it's just better.
Yeah.
Everything's better in slow motion.
yeah, sounds a little like he's been hanging out here
Yeah.
the afternoon.
Yeah. And he's sweating like crazy, this
Yeah,
guy.
they had the light. They didn't go.
Well, he's
over-
had 40 pizzas in the last 30 days.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
pizza like grease.
Yeah.
A lot of pepperoni grease
Yeah.
oozing out of his pores.
Ooh.
Assuming they all had pepperonis on. I'm sure. Like
So
at
if
least
you
half.
want so you don't need to be a Cicerone if you want authority on something. Just drink a lot of beer.
yeah. Oh yeah. I
You know?
mean, yeah.
40
That's-
pizzas in 30 days. That's you are the authority on pizza at that point.
Yeah.
That you don't need any certifications.
I mean, that's
if you're sweating out pizza grease and you've
Uh-huh.
had 40 of them in 30 days,
that's a lot.
you know pizza.
I want somebody needs to check his blood levels and stuff. I want to know what's
You
going
don't,
on.
yeah, I think you can tell from the outside. Watch the interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to catch people up, he was swept up in the. Was it part of the Me Too movement? Was he part of that, or was it something
No,
else?
he was. He
racial.
said some
He was
racist things.
Racist, not sexist.
Yeah,
or whatever.
racist. He's one of the racist ones.
Yeah.
They send those to a different camp, I think.
Okay. Different island.
Yeah, different island.
You're out there. That's I guess too
Yeah.
bad. I don't know.
That was Papa John.
Yeah.
They de-papaed the Papa.
They passed his shares over to Peyton.
Oh, it's Peyton's.
Peyton Manning is
Yeah.
a big
Uh,
owner of Papa John's. So is Shaq.
Oh, Shaq is too?
Shaq's
Man, that guy.
Shaq's an owner of a lot of things.
I think he's got like 70 locations. Yeah.
He's-
That guy.
How's he do that? I mean, we can't even run one brewery.
I don't know. He's got people.
I mean, we can, but
Yeah.
it's hard.
He's got big shoulders to put all that on.
Yeah.
he's amazing. I'd love to have him on the podcast. You couldn't understand. I'd have to like up the
Yeah.
tone of his voice a
Yeah.
couple of octaves just to. But it would be awesome to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that quality where if he's selling something, you're buying it.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, like I'm probably gonna order Papa John's one.
Papa John's, and
Maybe.
I think he's a bunch of Krispy Kremes too.
I'm gonna get the Krispy Kreme crusted Papa John's.
Mm.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
That actually.
And then he owned Ring
Mm-hmm.
before Amazon bought it.
Oh.
Or he owned a portion of it.
And then, yeah, now Amazon owns everything.
Oh no, Google owns half, and Amazon owns half.
Okay, and then Disney gets their hands on the rest
Yeah.
and ruins it.
That's right.
Um,
Holler Brewing is open to offers if Amazon, Disney, and Google are listening.
they want to pool their money.
Yeah, if you guys can pull your money together,
Yeah,
might be able to put something together for us.
yeah. Okay. So is this podcast too. I'll throw this
Oh,
in for
okay.
just a.
Hey, come on.
Package deal.
Yeah.
You buy one, get one half off, or whatever.
Yours is half off, right?
My glass is all the
Oh.
way empty.
Oh,
so
my
we're gonna
gosh.
we're gonna pause, stand so I can get a refill. I'm being super selfish. Well, we need to talk
Okay.
about beer, right?
Yeah, this
All right,
is a beer
let's do it.
podcast.
Okay,
So.
they'll never know. And we're back.
What's up?
Yeah, it's like we were never gone. You know,
So cool.
I know, magic of podcasting. You know what I love about podcasts? There's no ads in the middle or all throughout. You don't have to segments. You don't have to like go to break. You just let the conversation flow.
So there's no ads on your podcast?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I mean, other than I post them on Anchor sometimes, and there's one that I do on there at the very beginning, but that's it.
Okay.
And it's just about being on Anchor, which
What's Anchor?
it's just another podcast app thing.
Okay.
So there's actually 2 feeds of the podcast on like iTunes and what's the other one? Spotify
Okay.
and iHeart. No, just one on iHeart. The only one I'm not on is Pandora, and I'm trying to get on Pandora. They're being a little, I don't know what they're doing.
Pandora is the one where you it's
Just-
like it makes your radio state. It's like your own personal radio station, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm on TuneIn. That's kind of like that too.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm on.
Man,
Spree-
who's using all this stuff?
There's like I don't know, handful of people of each
Yeah.
one for me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I use Overcast. It's just I think it probably uses the iTunes.
maybe there's a handful that use just that feed, or then there's
Yeah.
some that use it's for an iPhone, or is it for a
iPhone.
Okay, yeah. Then there's like the Google Play thing. It's there too. So however you like to do it.
Man, that's cool. So is it a lot of work keeping up with all those feeds?
No.
Just set it and forget it type thing?
I mean, try not to forget. You have to check off some things.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not work. This isn't work.
Yeah, this is fun, right?
It's too much fun.
Yeah.
Like all of it. I love the whole process. I love editing. I love recording. I love setting up. I love breaking down. I love hanging out. Like this is the best part. Just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
But and the beer is I look at the beer as like it's awesome too. It's all pretty awesome.
It's a prop, right?
Yeah. But I mean, like over Thanksgiving, we hung out, me and my brother-in-law and my cousin-in-law or whatever. Anyway, it was kind of an all day, like day drinking, kind of like watching football all day and drinking beers and stuff. And I was like, man, after 2, I'm like, this is normally where I kind of stop.
Yeah.
Like a podcast session's 2.5, maybe 3,
Mhm.
maybe. I'm like, that's kind of my threshold. I need to take a nap or go to work or do something. But like all day, I don't do a lot of all day, just drinking all day.
It's tough.
Yeah, I can't do that.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like, I don't think you can enjoy it. Like, really, like, if you start to feel, like, sluggish and tired and...
Well, I think it's the thing where at least this is my situation. I can drink like 1 or 2, 3 beers, and then I'm at a crossroads where if I have a lull, then I'm done.
Yeah.
But if I just keep going,
Keep partying.
then you just keep going.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, not forever.
Well, not forever,
There's
but
eventually
until
there is a day of
until
reckoning.
you crash.
Yeah.
But granted,
Yeah.
I have not
Robert Earl Keen.
engaged in that type of activity in quite some time.
Yeah, the prophet Robert Earl Keen. You know, the road goes on forever. The party never ends, but then at the end of that song, the party had ended.
Mm.
He was going to the chair, and she drove off. You don't know that song?
Nope.
Don't listen to Texas country music at all? Robert Earl Keen?
I know the name. I know, but no.
Okay. Merry Christmas from the Family. You've heard
I
that
think
song.
I think every episode we do with you, this subject comes up, and
you look
we're
like you
equally
need it.
ignorant. So I don't know why you have to keep doing it.
Well, this goes to show I don't go back and listen to
Yeah,
an old
yeah.
episode
Do you
before.
listen? Do you
No,
listen?
I do, but I wouldn't go back and listen to
Okay.
a previous episode just before doing. I probably should.
So then you should be open. So then it's possible that we're just completely repeating what we've done on every episode.
No. New beers.
True.
We are,
All,
older and wiser.
yeah.
Yeah.
than we
I
were.
bet you
6
had
months
that
ago.
stout before. We have to go check the record.
It was delicious then too.
Good.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. What am I drinking now?
That is Treasure Trove. It's a beer to guard aged in a Chardonnay barrel with Brett.
Okay. That's
It's
what I'm
actually so we have a very small barrel program. That is a single barrel project. So
doing.
it's one Chardonnay barrel, 59-gallon barrel that we started maybe 2.5 years ago.
So that's 500
And
pours or so
hmm,
out of a barrel.
I don't know. Yeah, 59 gallons.
Yeah, like a 5-gallon is like
It's two
50.
beer barrels, so it's about 500 pints. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of loss along the way,
Yeah.
but so yeah, it's a very small project. And what we do, we use the Solera method. So, do you know the Solera method?
No, I don't know.
So it's when you're ready to. So we put there's a Brett culture, a Brettanomyces culture in there that ferments the beer. And after the first year, I think we took about a year, we were ready to take some off to drink. So we kegged off about a third of that barrel, and then we replaced that with fresh beer.
Okay.
And then what happens is you get another fermentation of that beer, and it actually creates kind of a layering. Basically you have some beer in there that's fermented multiple times. And so it makes every year the beer is different.
Yeah.
And I think this year, so this is our second one, we pulled off again and replaced with fresh beer.
Yeah.
And so some of that beer has been fermenting for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And it produces I think a really complex,
Mm-hmm.
a very complex, awesome beer.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, you get the Chardonnay, you get the Brett. I mean, the Brett kind of funky, kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of horsiness.
Yeah.
And then the base beer is a amber beer to guard, so it's got some, it's got a little bit of that, that toffee,
Mhm.
some kind of rich maltiness to it.
Yeah.
So I think that helps it stand up over a long period of time in the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little bit. We released that a couple weeks ago. It's draft only, and we've got. I think we have maybe one more keg of it left,
Okay.
and then it'll be gone for another year.
So when you add new fresh beer to it, you don't repitch any Brett. It's just the Brett that's in there, right?
Correct.
And it just
Keeps going.
yeah. It's a well-established community. People move in,
Mhm.
people move out, and they
Yep.
have a welcome to the neighborhood party. And
Yep.
yeah,
Bring over cookies
yeah.
and everything.
Brett, I love like that was one of the things when I started getting into beer. Like, oh, there's other yeast out there. I didn't, when you're
Mhm.
trying to figure it out. And I find it just real fascinating. Like everything it can do. Like it'll break down a barrel if you give it long enough, because barrels are just made of long chain sugars, right?
True. Yeah.
So there's certain strains of Brett that if you just left it in there for like a decade, it'll start breaking down the actual barrel. Yeah, and it'll eat the old yeast that so you don't have to worry about what is it, autolysis or whatever.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah, it's and it will ferment a lot of the byproducts of brewer's yeast. So if you have a brewer's yeast like in the Treasure Trove, the base beer for that is called Euro Treasure, and that is our amber beer to guard, and it's brewed with it's actually brewed with a Trappist, like a Belgian Abbey Ale yeast. So there's a little bit of esters. We kind of restrain the fermentation so it's not too estery like you'd get in our triple, for example. But there's still some good amount of esters in there, nice fruity aromatic compounds. Well, those and some phenolics, and those will actually get fermented by the Brett. So the Brett will actually transform those into different compounds as well.
That's cool.
So it adds that second fermentation adds it's basically like a multiplying
It's
or
like
a
the
power law.
multiverse.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a Marvel universe in there.
Exactly.
They were one thing here, and then they got changed by
You got it.
the Brett.
You got it.
Yeah. That's how you understand yeast.
Yep. Done.
Yep.
So that's that beer. Yeah,
It's delicious.
Yeah, glad you like it.
Yeah, that is a beer you sit and you have to really kind of look at it and kind of let it do its thing, you know?
You get to know it.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to rush that one. That's complex. That's I like that.
Thank you.
Okay. So what else? What were we going to talk about? Oh, did we want to talk about Ballast Point? That was a thing.
It was. Is it still a thing? By the time this thing airs, is it still going to be...
I don't know. It's changing it by the minute.
Yeah.
What'd
you think, Kathryn?
I think the hot takes that everybody has are all pretty much the same. It's like who bought who and where did this brewery come from? But some information's come out, like the people that own this brewery are very wealthy and they have their arms in lots of different enterprises. I think they used to be in the hotel industry. One of them owns a boxed wine company. So it's not like a little teeny mom and pop brewery that bought Ballast Point. It's really just a group of wealthy people.
I think there's a kid that grows up thinking, I want to own a boxed wine empire.
I mean, apparently you can make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Sure,
those are the most profitable businesses are the ones that no one grows up dreaming they want to own. Right?
Yeah.
Like we have a company that comes in and empties our grease trap, and that I know no kid would be deranged enough to want to own one of those. I mean, have you seen these? Have you seen when these things come out? So every restaurant, bar they come and empty a grease trap. They pump the grease, pump out all of the waste from the drain, and it smells horrible. The guy's like, it's basically like a septic. The same thing as like a septic pump company.
Yeah.
But that's the smell of money, man.
Yeah. Well, what do they do with all that?
They take it to the bayou and open up the truck.
I think they process it somehow.
Yeah, they have to do stuff with it.
Yeah.
Have a treatment plant probably with some Brettanomyces or something.
Yeah, they just you could probably drink that in another like 5 years. Actually.
I heard Ballast Point, so I heard the sale price was like $80 million or something.
Really?
Yeah.
From a billion
to 80 million.
You almost have to buy it at that point, right?
Yeah, it's a steal.
Yeah.
I mean, that is criminal to destroy that much value.
Or did they?
Well, I mean, someone lost money.
No, they lost money. Did it ever really have that? I mean, it had the value because Constellation.
Oh,
bought
yeah.
it,
Sorry. Well, they destroyed the value by making that deal to begin with.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah.
Is that CEO still employed? Because I would fire him.
He probably got promoted.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what happens. They get promoted to the super CEO or the president of whatever. But
That's another one that everybody, now we all pretend like we all saw it coming.
yeah.
But I do remember,
That
saying,
sold for $1 billion, I think.
yeah, it was pretty. And like $15 six-packs on the
Yeah.
store shelves when every other IPA six-pack was
But
$10.
a couple years ago, Ballast Point was hot stuff.
Yeah.
They were.
It was
Like,
the it.
I worked at a
Sculpin.
restaurant here in Houston, and when we would get kegs of Ballast Point on, it was like the easiest sell.
Yeah.
People didn't care how much it cost. They wanted all the fruited variants of the Sculpin.
Well, everybody had a crush on the Ballast Point sales guy, too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
Well, I know he moved back to California, but
That would be an interesting story.
Yeah,
That's a
that
documentary I want to see.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
I mean, I would watch it.
By everybody, I mean Kathryn.
What was his name?
I think it was Nick.
You know it was Nick. It was Nick, Josh.
Nick with the abs
Yeah.
Never saw
and the
his abs.
dimples. Oh, but they were there.
Yeah. You
Everybody,
felt him.
everybody has abs.
All right.
You felt them when he walked in the room.
We don't need to talk about this anymore. I don't
Just his
want
presence was just like,
It's
whoa.
just InterBrews.
I don't
babe.
want to get
Yeah.
in trouble for objectifying someone.
No, I think he'd be all right. He's Nick. Everybody knows Nick. He's cool.
That's what he was selling, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
It's-
IPAs. It was abs.
Wait a minute
IPAs and abs. Yeah, it was. They sold at the right time. I mean, that was a well-timed deal.
Yeah.
Those Ballast Point guys,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they should be in the Hall of Fame of timing.
Those guys, are they still involved at all? Did they have to stick around at Constellation for a year as like a consultant kind of thing? Kind of like they do? They're gonna stay with the company in
Right?
another
Yeah,
role.
yeah. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
And all that. I don't know.
Did it change though?
The market changed. You know.
Oh, that did, but the beer itself is
know.
grapefruit
I'm
sculpin.
sure if you ask people, I bet people have opinions on that. I feel like I kind of fell off the Sculpin bandwagon before they sold, so I can't really speak to whether or not it changed.
Mm-hmm.
But people always say that. They say like, oh, you know, this brewery sold out and everything's changed. All the beer doesn't taste the same. So I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure. I mean, well, things do change though.
Yeah, they do.
they do, and I think the whole like your approach to it. I think that has if I came in here all Debbie Downer, I don't
Mhm.
think your beers would taste as good to me because
Yeah.
I have a dark soul.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think if beer doesn't taste good to you, you check your soul.
Attitude is very important.
Mm-hmm. I think there's something to it.
Mhm.
I think it makes your taste buds, bitter, and so that
Yep.
affects it. It's like having
We all know those
toothpaste and orange
people.
juice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's an interesting one. I think I may be the only person, but I'm kind of pulling for these guys.
I mean,
Like
why
I
not?
want to see them turn it all the way back around, sell it back to Constellation for another $1 billion.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because everyone's like, same thing that Papa John was saying. He doesn't know pizza. Everyone's like, oh, these guys don't know beer.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had any experience in the beer category. All the distributors are going to beat them up.
Yeah.
The odds are against them for sure.
Yeah.
But it's now back to being an underdog.
It is,
story.
and they're back on the craft group.
Oh.
They get to come back in and rejoin craft.
Sure.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're back in craft.
Yeah, I mean, they meet the criteria.
So
right?
clearly that means that a lot more people are going to buy their beer, right?
I don't know.
One would think.
Maybe.
Doesn't it matter?
I mean, to me, that it would matter. Like if those guys came out and, I don't know, if they were like really likable. Like, hey, come check out everything we're doing. And here's a look behind the scene. And we're going to take it all
But
back.
that's a big production, though.
I mean, yeah.
Can't believe that.
Maybe. Huh?
Oh, we lost battery on this.
Oh, I've got another thing. You don't need them now. You can let your ears breathe. Does it sound weird now? I can pause it and get the other thing.
Oh man, this is
Too much.
we can do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can totally go
Yeah.
get the other thing
That's
though.
okay.
Before we do
Can you edit out all that weird stuff?
about,
The sound.
I could.
Oh, you're gonna keep it in there.
I think
okay.
it's part of
Keep
the
it-
charm.
Okay.
It's how I
It's
keep
kitschy.
it. It's how I keep it real.
All
People
right.
know that
All right.
I talk like.
Well, can you let the folks know what just happened?
Oh, okay. So I have a headphone amplifier that runs on a 9-volt battery that I've gone for. I think 8 episodes, and they're only like the 9 volts are good for. They're like guaranteed for 3 episodes.
Oh, we didn't get the fresh ones.
Yeah, normally when Mike's with me, I have him lick the battery to say how much
Nice.
juice is left, but he was not here, so the 9-volt died. But I have another thing out there. I can switch it out, and we can all have our headphones.
No, my ears actually are enjoying the
Yeah,
rest.
this is good.
Yeah.
So.
No, these are pretty heavy duty.
Mhm.
Like they
They're
keep
serious.
all the audio in there, so it's like a little studio on the side
Yeah,
of your
none
head.
of it leaks out.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
Leak proof.
Yeah, but no, I think if they got back to, I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to say I'd never have another.
Well, that wasn't
No.
the question.
Oh,
It wasn't, will you
Do-
ever have another Ballast Point?
Oh,
It
will they
was-
sell more?
It was, do you think it really do you think anybody cares that Ballast Point their owner changed hands from a non-craft corporation to a, I guess, technically craft private equity company?
oh,
I mean, does that make a difference? I mean, it may, as an artifact of the guidelines of Brewers Association, yes, but
Yeah.
only in that regard. I think in terms of their, I don't know. I don't think you would. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think it would make a difference in your purchasing decision.
no, but I will keep up with the story.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious on that.
I think everyone's curious.
But
It's got our curiosity.
But I've gotten to the point where I drink almost exclusively local.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can't. There's
We
too
like
much.
people like you.
Well, yeah. There's too much good local beer.
Hmm.
I know too many people too well, and I'm like, I wanna drink their beer.
Yeah.
It's
So
cool, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really cool. It used to not be this way.
Hmm.
I did try the Dogfish Head Slightly Mighty because I kept saying that thing. But
You know, I was at a beer bar that had plenty of local options on that I wasn't really feeling, and I had a 90-minute IPA.
you
by
know it's going to be
Dogfish,
good.
and it was good.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah, but
beers are great.
You
I
know,
mean,
there are some classics that
Sierra
there's
Nevada
plenty
Pale
of
Ale
great
or
beers
something
that
like
are
that.
local. Yeah.
I'll come back around like once a year and I'll do something like that.
yeah.
But
Like Flagship February.
yeah, yeah, I'll do that. But it's I'm almost exclusively local, and like even to almost to the point where I don't even get like Austin stuff. I'll wait till I go to Austin to get
Yeah.
Austin stuff.
I think it's just really cool to be able to drink something and you know who made it, right?
Mhm.
And that's what we pretty much do that too. And
Yeah.
it's not all local beer is good. I don't drink local we don't drink local just for the sake of local.
Yeah.
But now, like you said, there's a shitload of good local beer.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to leave
Mm-hmm.
Houston breweries to
Mm-mm.
find good beer, except sometimes you may be in the mood for a classic or something, something that you know what you're going to get. But like when I'm drinking a beer and we know the brewer,
Mm-hmm.
that's just cool.
Yeah, especially when I'm out. Like if I see it on tap somewhere, I'm like getting
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'll even change, like if I'm in the mood for some type of food, but I go in and see another beer, that changes what I want to eat because I know
Mhm.
something that'll go better.
Beer
with that.
drives it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. There's certain styles that we don't have packaged in the Houston area that every once in a while you want it. Like is there a packaged Goza from Houston? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like you won't find, there's certain
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Yeah.
something like the classic Trappist ales.
Yeah.
There's certain
Yeah.
beers that are just impossible that you can't beat. You
Right.
know,
Mhm.
I mean, there's certain classics. They're world class beers
Yeah.
that you cannot replicate locally. That
I've-
there's world class beers like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That's a great standby, but no offense to Sierra Nevada, you can have a really great pale ale locally.
Yeah.
And that could be better just based on its freshness alone, by
Yes.
the fact that even though Sierra Nevada does a really good job keeping it fresh, they can't compete with if it's coming fresh out of a tank.
Yeah.
But the same can't be said for Orval or some of these classic beers that you
just had that conversation.
they don't require. They're still good even if they're freshness doesn't give another beer the edge, and
Right.
they also can't be replicated for
Right.
many reasons.
I just had this you say Orval. I had that we had an issue, like a kitchen explosion where we had to clean all the glasses in the in the thing. So one, I realized I have way too many beer glass, like types of beer glasses.
Yeah. You had a bunch of those Orval ones?
Well, I have one special little because my wife's not a big like funky Brett, all that kind of. She loves double IPAs and IPAs, and that's kind of her.
Yeah.
She do Pilsner, crispy Pilsners and stuff like that. But that's me, and I have this Orval because like when you drink Orval, you want to drink out of the Orval glass with the gold rim and the little fish on the thing with the ring, and that's how you do it. And I was just looking at that guy. I was telling her the story, and then I looked around, and she'd left the room. But it was like
it's not as interesting to the outsiders.
No,
as
but I
it
was
is
just
to
holding
us.
this glass, and I'm like, yeah, this is the special glass that you do it, and the thing, and the fish, and because of the ring and all that, and yeah, she was gone.
Wow.
I think I think 2 or 3 daughters had
dog?
walked, and the dog,
Oh.
he was kind of looking at me.
Yeah.
Are you going to drop any food? No. Okay, I'm out. I mean, I tried. There's a lot of
But
those
it's
conversations
special
in my
to
house.
you.
Yeah, that's why I do podcasting.
Yeah. We
'Cause-
can't. Yeah, we can't get away. I guess.
I mean, you can at the end of this episode, but I'm going to go do more episodes.
Yeah, that's true. There's other brewers. Watch out, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can sit in my, like, if I need to in a pinch, I can sit in my studio at home and just talk. I don't,
That's cool.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's
Sometimes
a nice
I'll turn,
outlet.
yeah. Sometimes I'll record it too. Sometimes I'm just sitting there talk.
Ramblings.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's weird for somebody to want to hear themselves. It's weird. It's like, it's weird.
It's not normal.
It's not. Most people are like, eh,
Well, what is normal?
not that. I'm not.
True.
Not that part of me. But anyway, I think I have just enough of it to keep me going. That's part of it. But the beer side of it, and
Yeah. That's the fun stuff.
I love it. That Orval.
We do too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Ballast Point. But
We'll be watching.
we'll be watching.
Yep.
What was there
Stay
any?
tuned.
Oh,
Congrats, Ballast Point guys.
Today's National Lager Day.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do some, if we have time, to do some exclusive content, maybe on lagers, on a lager.
Go ahead, open up Patreon, join the pack,
Mhm.
so you can hear this exclusive thing
That we do.
that we're about to do.
Yeah, it's we're at, I think this will be the 13th exclusive episode.
Sweet.
They range 15 to 30 minutes each ish. I mean,
Cool.
little nuggets of stuff you can't hear.
Cool.
Sometimes first time, stuff. So well worth it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go get you a lager, man.
Okay. Well, then let's wrap this actual episode. And is there anything other than come to Holler, now open
7 days a week.
week?
Yep. Come check us out.
Yeah. Food trucks and
We
good
got a big
times.
Festivus celebration coming up.
Mm-hmm.
This will be our 4th Festivus celebration.
The date on that is?
That is December 23rd. That's a Monday.
Mhm.
Yep. Let's come out and party on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have a couple special. We'll have Festivus Miracale, which is our holiday beer.
Cool.
And we'll have a couple of variants of that. And then we're gonna have Feats of Strength, Airing of Grievances, Raising of the Festivus Pole.
Mm.
Soup Nazi's gonna be here. So
That's fun.
yeah, come see us.
Yeah.
We also have some extended holiday hours. So keep an eye on our website. If you've got family and friends in town visiting, you're
Yeah.
off from work, you need something to do,
Yeah.
come check us out.
You're going to need the reprieve. You
Yeah.
just need to get out. That's the problem. You love your family, but you're boxed in together, and those energies are bumping off of each other and everything, and people have been driving for hours to get to see you. And
Yeah,
woo, you need to
get out of there.
Get
Yep.
out of there.
Get out of there, man.
Stretch your legs.
That's
get
right.
around good people, and
We're here for you.
Drink
you'll be
some beer.
Yeah, you'll be singing together and drinking beers together before the end of the evening. So, all right. Well, we'll end this episode here. 223 was this episode. So it was really fun, guys.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So, what was y'all's favorite part?
Probably not the country music part.
That was a blip.
I like the rest though. Everything except the country music part. That was my favorite.
Okay. I'm right there.
I like thinking about the old sales rep from Ballast Point.
Wasn't it Nick? All right. Well, for Kathryn and John, I'm Josh, and for Nick, wherever he may be.
still recording?
Yeah. Wherever he may be. Of course we are.
Great.
And I hear he listens. All right. Check out that exclusive stuff, y'all. All right. This is InterBrews.
This is InterBrews.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.